Obviously, crazy high-scoring game, crazy back-and-forth game. Obviously, like the way we started. Special teams gives us a big lift. We do a nice job blocking up the first kickoff, and if you give Mo some room, he can really make big plays for you, as we know, and we gave him a little space, and then he ended it in a hurry and got us off to a good start. They came out strong offensively. We concerned run and pass because they've been very efficient in both. Really felt like even early we defended the run well throughout the game. Was not displeased with our run defense at all against their attack. They kind of jumped back and scored quickly. We answered. And then the middle of second quarter, they're kind of controlling play more offensively than we are, and then we kind of get our footing. We have a 6 or 7 minute span where the game kind of turns. We get a goal line stand after they pull their field goal unit off the field to go for it on fourth down. We get a goal line stand. We don't move it. We get a short punt. We don't cover it great. We get another stop. They miss a field goal. We flip the field with a strong punt. And then we get our first of 2 consecutive turnovers, which create 10 points. So we take a 17-14 game, and they're fourth and goal on our 2, and dominating, not dominating statistically, but getting the better of the statistics. They're moving the ball better than we are, and we jump out 27-14. We're getting outgained significantly at halftime, but you're doing what you have to do to win a game. You've got a special team explosive play. You've got 2 defensive turnovers that the offense has turned into 10 points. And even though the play probably was a little bit slighted their way in the first half, you have a 13-point lead because of turnovers and special teams. And then obviously your offense taking advantage of those situations. Second half, we get a stop. We don't move the ball. They hit us with 2 chunk passes, one in man, one in zone, over our heads, get right back to 27-21. And then it's kind of back and forth from there. The story of the game is they're 7 for 13 on third down, and they're 3 of 4 on fourth down. That's the story of the game. And we did a great, very rarely did you give up 40 points and play as good first down defense as we played. We played really good first down defense, and we got them to second and long, and in times we had them third and medium, third and long. And our pass defense was the story of the game, and their pass offense was the story of the game. They were really efficient and executed very well, and we didn't defend the pass at all in key situations. Even with that, you're down to 4th and 10 on the 15. All you got to do is get a stop. We defend them. We finally get him not to throw the ball because we're on body on the receivers, and he scrambles, and we don't come out of coverage quick enough and get him on the ground on a 4th and 10 scramble. We got to keep him in the pocket, and we were in zone coverage, so our zone guys got to do a better job of seeing the quarterback cross the line and get him on the ground for less than 10 yards, and the ball game's over. Then you get the ball back. You put together a decent drive. You get to the 39. You're 1 more first down when you're getting into really solid field goal range. We don't get the first down on 3rd and 2, which there was an opportunity there. We had enough space, it looked like, to get a first down, and we didn't get it. And then decision to go for it on 4th and 2 or kick the field goal. If you don't have a lot of trust and faith in your field goal kicker, the decision's probably pretty easy because it's a longer field goal. But Slom's been fantastic for a year plus, and he's been kicking it so good all fall. All his kickoffs, everything's been really good. He banged one from 41 yards. You knew it could have been 60. So there's never an issue whether he could get it there. It just mattered whether we're going to be accurate or not. Obviously, he kicked a good kick. He missed it a couple yards to the right, but he had plenty of distance. So, again, if you have to do over again, I don't know. I'd probably slot Slom out there again and let him kick it again. I got a lot of faith in him. He's been really good for us, and even that kick, he kicked really good. So, ends up, yardage pretty lopsided in their favor. Passing defense is the story, and it's pass rush and pass defense, but we didn't play well on the back end. Obviously, losing DeAndre Montgomery in the second quarter and already having DeAndre Daniels out. Now you're down 2 of your best cover guys, and we need guys to step up, and we've had guys step up at previous weeks and previous positions. We had guys step on the game, but we didn't play well enough on the back end. If we do, we come away with we sneak a victory on a day we probably, pretty fair fight, but they had the better of play, but we probably end up eking out a victory.
So just to be clear, Montgomery will be available Saturday. So the problems defensively, were that more of a product of Western Michigan's offense, or is that a concern of yours at all?
Oh, it's always a concern. We've been playing very good defense since the first half of the Marshall game, and we played good defense at Cincinnati, played good defense at Minnesota, played really good defense against Bowling Green, and I thought we played good rush defense against a potent rushing attack. Our pass coverage, obviously, you don't defend the pass like we did, and just so many of them were third downs where they're throwing the ball. You sometimes first and second down, okay, you're in more of a run-set defense. On third down, you're defending the pass with your calls, and it didn't matter if we were one high zone, two high zone, man coverage, pressure. None of what we did was effective. And we got to play better. We're in position sometimes to make plays. We got to make the plays. We got to get in better position our times. When you give up 7 for 13 and 3 for 4 on third and fourth down, it's not just one guy or one issue. We didn't play on the back end. Obviously, health is a concern. We got Mike Brown moving. Darius is out for the most part. He's playing hobbled around out there. He had to play. We probably wouldn't even played him on defense if it wasn't for DeAndre Daniels being out and then DeAndre Montgomery getting ejected. So we're a little shorthanded back there, but we have to play. We have to play. But obviously, getting DeAndre Montgomery back, I think we're going to get DeAndre Daniels back this week. Those will be two huge pieces for us. You're talking about 3- and 4-year starters that we missed the second, third, and fourth quarter. So, but we got to play better whether they're back or not. Obviously, Demo's not hurt, so he'll play. But it was disappointing that we didn't have guys step up when we need them to step up, and they need to do that.
Did you have a chance to talk to Sam Sloman after the game? And if you did, what did you say to him?
Yeah, no, I talked to him. I just said, hey, you struck. The main thing with kicking is striking the ball clean. That's why I was taught about with kickers, is strike the ball clean. If you have a bad miss is when you shank one or don't hit it solid, which we see sometimes in kicking, that you hit the ball. And he struck it clean from 50. It could have been, easy over, I don't know how far it would have been, but easy over 55. Wasn't even close to not getting there. He hit it straight. He, obviously his alignment was 2 yards off to the right, and that's the difference. But I just said he was a good, solid kick. He wanted to be out there. He had he was begging me he's like, I got this. And I knew he had it. It's like, he just made one from 41, and he had crazy distance. He's got crazy strong leg, as he's shown all year. So it was just a matter of getting it through the uprights. And, disappointing thing for us is offense had a chance to move it further. Special teams had a chance. I know it was a long kick, but people make long kicks and win games. And defense had a chance, in to get one stop, and we had situations where we could have got the stop, the 4th and 10 in particular. It doesn't even come down to the field goal at the end.
And then your offense put up over 30 points for the second straight week. You were missing a couple key weapons, but had a couple guys like Dom Robinson and Homer step up. How excited are you going forward with those guys and seeing them kind of progress?
Well, obviously, with our injury situation the last couple of weeks, we've needed guys to step up. And obviously, Jack Sorensen's been stepping up all year and become a prominent role in our offense. Obviously, Dom Robinson, we've needed the last 2 weeks. And in the first week, he was okay. And then this week, obviously, he played a really good game, which is going to be a huge confidence booster for him. But what we expect him to be a good player here, and he showed glimpses of it Saturday and what he's capable of doing. And then, obviously, Andrew Homer with Becker out there with the cast on, and Quentin Hardy's been out 2 weeks ago and very limited this week. He's had to shoulder most of the burden at tight end and continues to make plays for us, continues to do a solid job blocking, and continues to be a threat throwing the football. So a lot of guys the last 2 weeks have stepped up against BG in Western Michigan. We've played tons of backups, that we weren't anticipating playing as much as we have, and they've done a really good job, which shows our depth. Like I said, the only place we didn't really step up Saturday was on the back end.
What can we expect to see from Akron this week?
Really stingy on defense. They have done a great job of holding the points down. Their usual up front, they've got as good a front seven as there is in the league. That's pretty much every year. They get kids from everywhere, and they're usually pretty good-looking dudes. And not only they have protected the points, but they've created offense. Obviously, their huge win over Northwestern, they scored 3 times on defense. They were at one point it was 21-6. And offense got it to 21, I think, to 13. And then next thing you know is they scored a lot of points and their offense wasn't on the field. And they had 2 pick six and a fumble return for a touchdown. So not only holding the points down, which they've been fantastic at, but just creating points, whether they score themselves or creating short fields. In other games, they've gotten turnovers, short fields. So they're going to be strong on defense. Offensively, obviously, their quarterbacks, we saw them last year. Crazy dual threat, real strong arm. He left our game, was his first start, and then he went and put up about 40 on OU the next week, running and throwing, doing a lot of read stuff with him, zone read, power read, allowing him to use his legs, and then throwing the ball down the field. They got their standard transfer receivers from Missouri and from Indiana, and they got some cats that can run on the perimeter. So they spread the field, they run the ball with their read game, and then they try to throw it over your head and do a really good job of doing that with speedy receivers and a strong arm quarterback.
Panic isn't the right word, but with each loss, is there a growing sense of urgency within the locker room, within your coaching staff to get a win?
Yeah, no, we're 1-1 in the league right now, and that's what we're focused on. And this is obviously a huge game. Akron won the East last year. If you win, you can get to 2-1 in the league. You could get your second road win. We know all the league games are going to be tight contested games. They're not going to be a lot of blowouts. We're hopeful to get more healthy. I think the biggest concern is can we continue to rack up some wins while we're beat up, because we're going to get some guys back here in the next couple of weeks and put our starting unit back on the field. So that's the key, is how quickly can we get healthy, and can we continue to have kids step up. We could be easily 2-0, obviously, in league play with almost half our starters not playing. So if you can find a way to win a low-scoring, high-scoring, it doesn't matter. Find a way to win a one-point game and try to get to 2-0 in the league. Obviously, that's what we're trying to do.
In your opinion, what needs to change in order to make some of these close games, turn them from losses to wins?
Just make another play down the stretch. Again, this is the first game that came down to the end this year, and we had an opportunity, we didn't get it. I know they talk about close games a year ago. Yes, we lost a close game to Cincinnati a year ago that we shouldn't have lost. A couple of other close games that people like to throw statistics out, like we scored in the last minute against Eastern Michigan to cut it to one score. Right? We scored in the last minute in another one of our losses to cut it one score, and everybody's like, well, you're losing all these one-score games. I'm like, they really weren't one-score games. We were down 10 points. We scored with a minute left, and it made it a three-point game. We kicked an onside and didn't get it. So I know everybody loves the statistics and talks about close games. All right, if you really look at the games, and yeah, a year ago we should have beat Cincinnati in a close game. We had a chance, and we gave that away. Saturday we had a chance to win a close game. So our kids need to continue to play. They need to continue to execute, and they need to make one play down the stretch. And you need to focus on playing the game the right way, and our kids still have a lot of confidence. I'd say our secondary's licking their wounds right now, and they got to pull themselves back up their bootstraps. Watching that tape yesterday wasn't much fun for our secondary. The rest of the team, based on their performance, our D-line linebackers aren't lacking confidence based on how they played Saturday. Our offense isn't lacking confidence. Our special teams, our kicker, punters are feeling pretty good about themselves. So a lot of our locker room feels pretty good about how they played Saturday. One unit, and rightfully so, shouldn't feel good. And that's a nature of sports. You have good games, you have bad games, and we didn't play well on the back end. And those are the guys that really got to regroup and figure out if they're going to be mentally tough enough to bounce back from, obviously, when you give 400 yards passing, that's not very good.